All right, Varsity Elite members, we are here for your warm-up. Now, we're going to break this down a little bit more. Why do we want to have a warm-up this way? So we can have a nice stable structure. So we got to go by the laws of movement. We got to make sure we have good posture. So we got to make sure that the ribs are in front of the butt, butt's behind the ribs. Second, feet are nice and straight. I don't have open toes. I'm not standing here or standing super wide. I've got feet straight. Last piece is my feet are inside my shoulders. I'm not standing out wide like this. I want to start with my feet inside my shoulders. Now we're going to move with this as our base throughout our warm-up. So I'm going to go feet connected, hands interlaced behind, reach the hands down, pull the chest forward. I'm going to lift my chin up and then tuck my chin back down for 1 minute. Pack, release, pack, release. Keep reaching the hands down, butt back, chest forward. Pack, release. Then once you finish 1 minute there, you're going to go 1 minute clockwise rotations with your head. So going from right to left, make sure we're getting the ear to the shoulder and then reaching the head up and rolling back around. Once you've finished 1 minute that direction, we're going to go 1 minute for the other direction. Now that we've pulled the shoulders back from the upper body, now it's time to use the shoulders. So we're going to go with 1 minute of each. So I'm going to crimp my hands or create nice tight fists. Okay? Just bending the first knuckles, kind of creating like little cat claws. Pull the elbows back till you feel the scaps pinch, and then release. Pack in the front, pack in the back, release. Pack, 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 pack. Really focusing on pulling the elbows back, butt is behind the ribs, touching the elbows and pulling back for 1 minute. Once you finish your 1 minute there, you're going to extend the arms off to the side. 1 minute arm circles going forward. So the arms go behind me, and then I release. The hands are in front. Pack, release. Pack, release. A minute forward. Pack, release. Pack, release. Pack, release. A minute going backwards. Now we're going to move into our actual spine. So this one's going to be a little difficult for some of you, but stick to the cues and things will be okay. I'm going to come off just to a slight angle. So I'm going to pull my elbows back. Now I'm going to side bend, 1 minute total. So I'm just side bending side to side. Then, after 1 minute of side bending, we're going to add a rotation just like we did for our head. So I'm going to side bend, then I'm going to keep pulling my elbows back, roll my chest forward, side bend, and then lift my chest up. Side bend, roll forward, side bend, roll up, side bend, forward, side bend, up. And I'm going to roll with 1 minute going one direction, and then 1 minute I'm going to move the other direction. Really helpful cues here. Keep pulling the elbows back. Clench your fists. Create upper body tension. The more relaxed you are up here, the worse it's going to feel on your lower back. Pull everything back. Create tight strength in your upper body. Again, 1 minute one direction, 1 minute the other direction. Our next movement, we're going to need to grab a wall. Just simply putting your hand on the wall, finding anything on the squat rack. We're going to do what we call hacky sacks. So I'm going to have one hand up on the wall. Now I'm going to show you from the front what it's going to look like on the side. So I'm going to have my leg up, and I'm going to turn my knee out and turn my knee in. Notice how my foot was going up and out, as if I had a hacky sack that would be kicking up and then back in. So I'm rotating my femur, which is connected to my hip. In, that's internal rotation, this is our pivot, and then out. All right, which that's our load. So when we pitch, we load to pivot. When we hit, we load to pivot. So I'm gonna have my hand up on the wall. If my left hand is on the wall, my left leg is gonna be the one I'm using. So I lift up my left leg, my right foot is down. I'm gonna turn my knee in. You'll see my hip hike up, and then I turn it out. In, out, in, out. I'm going to do this for 1 minute on each side. All right, now we're going to go into our good mornings, okay? So what we're going to do is pull our elbows back. We've created a lot of space there. And then bend those knees, and now we're going to come in like a quarter squat. Now, we're going to push our butt back and think of internal rotation with both knees. So my knees will actually be doing this, but I'm not collapsing my feet together. I'm just allowing my femurs to roll in together. So my elbows go back. I've got a quarter squat, and then as I push my butt back, keep pulling the elbows back, then I come up, and we're going to be here for 1 minute. You'll feel a lot of space open up in the front of your hips, as well as in your lower back. Upper body tension, good mornings, for 1 minute. Keep the spine nice and long, keep the butt behind the ribs, excuse me. And those are our good mornings with corners. finish a minute of that, we're going to come down to the ground. We're going to do 2 movements, 2 different positions, so 4 total movements. So this one's just going to be on reps. These are 20 reps each. Hands are going to form a nice pyramid. So I've got my indexes touching as well as my thumbs touching. I'm going to put those fingers on the ground. I've got good posture. I'm going to rock my weight forward, and then I'm going to sit my weight back. Rock the weight forward, sit the weight back. I'm working on landing with good posture. I don't want to land and just round like that. I want to have a nice long back. And again, I'm going to work with reps here. Then I go to supported corners. So for our corners, notice how I'm going to rock my weight from side to side. So I'm working on controlling my head. Very important for athletes that are trying to rotate. We have to know where our head is. Once you finish your allotted reps in our supported corners, we do the same thing, but now we go to a 45-degree position. So before, my knees were parallel or touching. Now they're going to be slightly apart. Hands in front, same idea. Head goes beyond my hands, and then I'm going to settle my weight back. And then we do the same thing with your corners. Again, shifting from side to side for the allotted amount of reps. Once you finish, we're going to come down onto both knees here, and we're just going to settle into our hips and just kind of make sure that we've got good ankle mobility for the day, we've got good hip mobility for the day. You're just focusing on a good seated posture here. Are you grounded? Do you feel super tired? This is just a good check-in. Stand up, and we're ready to go for the day. Guys, hit some J-bands. If you want to hit some extra work before you go in there with any of the coaches, go ahead and do it. But your body is ready to go. Let's get some